Hi there, hope you're doing well. I'm Tony Sunzeri. Thanks for joining us on SportsCentral. Coming up, we'll be talking with NFL Insider Paul Hale about the upcoming draft in the NFL on April 28th and the peculiar offseason that is the NFL this year. We begin, though, with the San Francisco Giants and the LA Dodgers, a storied rivalry that goes back all the way to 1883, possibly the most intense one out there on the West Coast in any sport. One that has escalated as of late after the brutal and uncalled for attack one Giant fan received in Los Angeles following a Giants-Dodger game on March 31st. In Monday's game, Clayton Kershaw owned the Giants in 6 2/3. He gave up no earned runs as the Dodgers won 6-1. Pete Laughlin, station manager and chief correspondent, he picked that game correctly. I did not. Giants won that series, but I got that game wrong. So we're tied at 9-8. Let's switch gears, talk a little NHL action. The San Jose Sharks play the LA Kings in round one of the Stanley Cup tournament. Who's going to win that division series? Well, Pete and I both think that round one's going to go to the San Jose Sharks. Okay, let's talk with our NFL insider, Paul Hale. Paul, thanks for joining us on SportsCentral.
Thanks for having me, Tony.
You bet. Our pleasure. The NFL is undergoing much renovation this offseason, the biggest of which is the lockout and its impact. For instance, free agents, well, they can't sign with a new team, Donovan McNabb in particular. Players cannot participate in team-organized workouts during the collective bargaining agreement talks. How does this affect draft day decisions on April 28th?
Oh, well, it really shakes things up. I think that a team like the Redskins, they're definitely looking for a quarterback in this draft. And if they were able to trade, say, Albert Haynesworth and Donovan McNabb or put together some of these veteran free agents they have, they may be able to trade up to the second or third pick and go after someone like Blaine Gabbert. But in the situation they're in right now, they're really pretty much stuck at the 10th, and they're going to need to trade back, which really, it gives them less options there at quarterback.
Right. They've been talking with Minnesota, who has the 14th pick. You think they're going to trade down to the 14th pick? And if they do, who do they take at that selection spot?
Well, I think it's at that point it's all about Jake Locklear and who wants them more. I think that if Minnesota's really, really going to go after a young guy, that would be the one that they go after. I don't think that Minnesota's got the ability to trade up any higher than the 10th. And I think that if they went after Jake Locklear, that would put the Redskins back, which I think would change their whole game plan. They would probably be going for best available player at that point.
Okay, great. We're talking with Paul Hale, NFL Draft Insider, NFC East expert in particular. Paul, run it down for us, 1 through 4. How is the NFC East going to play out this year?
Oh, man, as much as it pains me to say, I think that Philly's going to take it this year. I think the Giants are going to be right behind, and I'm expecting the Redskins after that. I think that with both the Giants and with Philly, you've got the same coaching staff, the same scheme. They already got playoff caliber players. So with the lockout and the training camp not being an option for these guys at this point, I think that they're going to be most familiar with their systems.
Fantastic. Paul Hale, NFL Insider. Thanks for joining us on SportsCentral.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tony.
You bet. Okay, some other things going on in the world of sports. Barry Bonds cleared of all accusations except for one, but he'll probably serve a little community service, no big deal. The Sacramento Kings potentially played their last game last night in Sacramento. They faced the Lakers. They lost in overtime, but a little sad. The Kings might be moving to Anaheim. That's it for SportsCentral. I'm Tony Sunzeri. Thanks for watching, and take care.